Hey guys, it's Cassie, and this week I'm obsessed with, drum roll please, Portals by Melanie Martinez. Let's get into it. A little bit of backstory about my relationship with Melanie Martinez is that
it was kind of non-existent.
Basically everybody in my school was obsessed with the Crybaby album, and for me it just was like whoop, right over my head. I did know her from The Voice, like I saw her on there, I thought it was cute, liked her for a bit there, but when it came to Crybaby it just passed me right by. So if you're a Crybaby fan,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry if this insults you. I'm sorry because a lot of you Crybaby fans seem to not really like this album. And that's because Portals is kind of her
Death
to Crybaby. I know like this album may be hard for you Crybaby fans because, you know, the death of something, you know, that's sad. But also
it's a new birth.
And I am here for the new birth. I love it. Before I get into this review of Portals, I just want to say it was
so difficult
for me and my husband Dan to find this record. It was ridiculous. Everywhere we went, it was gone. Every store we went into the city, we were looking high and low for it. It was sold out everywhere until finally one day we were driving by this old record shop and Dan was like, maybe I'll go in and see if the Melanie vinyl's there. So he goes in and oh my gosh, they said it was sold out. Then the guy double checked and he was like, well, wait, there actually might be one left in stock. So he takes Dan out to like this back creepy room and they end up deep in this pile of stuff, find the one last album, and it was, guess what?
Limited edition blood translucent vinyl.
If that isn't a tongue twister, I don't know what is. So Dan ran out with the vinyl. Insert footage here.
We finally got it. We finally got it. We finally got it. Portals vinyl secured.
We have been everywhere looking for this vinyl, and it was sold out at every store we've been to.
Yep.
And finally, there was one left. So needless to say, we were freaking out when we found this album. Now for the really fun part, I'm gonna try my hand at being an unboxer. I know all you YouTube gurus out there, you do this all the time, but this is my first, a little ASMR moment. You are the light I've been searching for forever. Feels like, man, I've really never felt the rain. Now that I'm screaming like a cattle on the stove, I meet you in my heart, eyes around my heart, and you are the light I've been searching for forever. Feels like, man, I've really never felt the rain. So first, let's just talk about the concept design for this album. Now, visually and aesthetically, it is perfect. It's very cottagecore, which as you can tell from my background, cottagecore, fairycore, that's my vibe. So as soon as I saw the teaser for Death, which is the first song, on Instagram, I was like
hooked.
I was like, this is gorgeous. And the whole concept of it, the whole theme is just brilliant. It's all about the death of her previous album, Crybaby, into her new era, which is Portals. And she's like dying and then she's reborn as this new like fairy alien creature. And it is just so iconic. And her whole album, all the songs tell a similar story. They're all themed, which is great because there hasn't really been an album like that out in a long time where it's just all consistent, and the tonal qualities and everything, the sound to it is beautiful. It's like a dreamy electronic kind of auto-tune, kind of acoustic album. It's just so beautifully blended with so many different genres in one, and I am obsessed with it. So let's talk about my favorite songs on the album and my least favorite. What is my favorite? So basically my favorite is probably The Contortionist. On that song, it's talking about a toxic relationship, and she's like breaking all her limbs for you, and that's how she describes it. So like her relationship is making her feel like she has to be contortionist and meet all of the guy's needs and all this stuff, and it's like breaking her in the process. And in the background while she's singing all these lyrics, it has all of these like snapping and creepy sound effects in the background that sound so eerie, but they sound so satisfying at the same time. And I've never heard of a song that had that. It almost gives me like Coraline vibes. I don't know why. I've never heard a song that's like so unsettling and so beautiful at the same time. It's like a weird combo. So my other favorite song is one that nobody really talks about and it kind of makes me mad, and that one is Spiderweb. Now, I don't know why you guys are sleeping on this one because genuinely it's amazing. It talks all about like how basically social media, the web, gets us hooked and like ends up destroying us. It honestly is so beautiful, like hauntingly beautiful. And like the notes she hits in this song are like, 1 second it sounds like it's so innocent and happy, and then she just takes like a dark turn, like goes really low with her notes, and everything sounds so eerie and magical at the same time.
I am disappointed in you all for sleeping on a song.
My other favorite would probably be Death, just because it's the classic. It's kind of like the whole theme for this album, which is why I'm glad she made it the first one, because it really is her death to Crybaby. Sorry. I'm just joking, guys, but you guys honestly are being such haters about this album. I think if you guys just, you know, Taylor Swift, she's always switching up her songs and her sound, and you know what? I'll love her old albums as much as her new, and I give her creative freedom to switch up her sound. And all the Swifties support every new evolution and era that she has, and I feel like Melanie's fans, we need to be a little more supportive of her as she goes into new eras.
Even if she did say it was a death, it's not literally a death. You can still go on Spotify and listen to Crybaby.
Okay, and honestly, like there are just so many songs on here that I love so much. I also love Moon Cycle. I love Battle of the Larynx. And Battle of the Larynx is basically all talking about verbal abuse and arguing and stuff like that. And the way that she, like lyrically, she is just a genius. She doesn't try to do like generic words for her lyrics. Like she tells a story in a creative way. It's very poetic. And I just love that because sometimes people have such a good bop, but they don't have the lyrics to match up with it. And I feel like this album, she has the bop and she has the lyrics. They're both very strong and I love that. Now, some of the ones that you guys loved so much, I actually don't really care for that much. And one of that like is Nymphology, not really my biggest one on there, and Fairy Soiree. Ugh. Fairy Soiree, it's okay. It's just if I was to pick like my lower ones on the album, it would probably be that one. And Nymphology though, straight up, like I just don't like it.
Like I don't.
And I'm sorry, I know some of you guys on TikTok, you were saying that that's like your top one. For me, it's really not. I hate that she changes the sound so much in it. And like,
It's nymphology, not psychology. Like,
I just hate that sound. It's like so annoying. But other than that, I love every other song. Okay, guys, thank you so much for listening to my newest obsession of the week. Please let me know in the comments below what you think of this album, Portals. My official I'm obsessed rating is 9 out of 10, and the only reason why I would give it a 9 is because of Nymphology. I mean, I might not be able to spell Nymphology, but I can spell trash, T-R-A-S-H, trash. Guys, I'm just trolling. It's not that bad, but
it's also not that great.
anyways, thanks for watching so much, you guys. Love you.